Good evening everyone, welcome to FGMeCast for your Thursday night. Thursday night means just one thing, and that is NAZCAR Cup night. I'm flying solo tonight, Carl Whippy off for a break for a few days, so you've got my dulcet tones to enjoy for your Thursday evening as we get into the Cup race back after a week off, and we are here again at Watkins Glen. Qualifying already taking place a little earlier in the evening, so let's get that up on screen now. Let's have a look at how they'll line up here for tonight. So you can see, I've skipped over a screen. Let's go back there. So we've got Andrew Dyson, Philip Worley off front row with Pearson and Foster off row 2. Carol Walden and Martin off row 3 with Gallagher and Griffith off row 4. Then it's Danny G and Ruben Phelps off row 5 with Matty Raymond and Michael Skurlock off row 6. And as we click over the page here, it's Trahere and Curtis off 7 with Micklemore and Williams off 8. And then it's Barry Neal and Jackson Callow off 9 with Paul Jackson and Norm Clark off row 10. Followed by Matty Hunter and Phil Otto off row 11 with Big D, Double D off row 12 next to Nigel Patton. And as we get to the last row, it is Raymond Yeager and Aidan Schultz rounding out the 26 starters for this round. Only a couple to go until we get to the chase as well, so drivers eager to do well here. And let's have a look as we're going to get underway. So we're behind the pace car for this warm-up, or the safety car for this warm-up lap here. They'll pull in to pit lane and it will go green and we'll get underway. So we had another round here last night, and we saw Hobbo take out a win in the Xfinity Series. A couple of these drivers drove there last night. Hamish Gallagher taking out the Xfinity Series, finishing there as well. Ryder Curtis missing the start, he's saying, so he's going to be starting from pit lane, it would seem. So Michael Skurlock and Raymond Yeager, so too sure what happened there with Skurley and Raymond. But they have missed the start as well, so see if they jump in. It's another strong DPR qualifying performance here. You can see front row and third place as well. Neil Pearson, Worley and Dyson occupying up there. And then it is a Natari Autosport 4th and 5th place, followed by some Mitch Motorsport action. So teams performing well and up the front here. And doing well. We'll jump on and have a look at the new liveries launched by ANZAC Esports as well, with Aidan Schultz and Ruben Phelps bringing out those liveries to the public as well. So we'll jump on and have a look at those guys in a few minutes. Plenty of time put into those liveries. A few cars blinking tonight as well. A couple jumping in and out, so maybe some connection issues there. Got 45 laps here tonight to get the job done. It's going to be about tyre management. The heat will be a factor here as well, as the pace car has pulled in. We're waiting to go, and it is Andrew Dyson who takes us away straight away. He doesn't wait too long at all to get underway here. Edward Foster got off to a cracking start as well. Simboys there would have been on a little bit of a countdown, being teammates and using that to their advantage, as it looks like Philip Worley has run wide as he needs to give Pearson a little bit of space, and off they go. So out and running. Dyson with a strong start here. He's got Philip Worley behind him. They'll be looking to put a gap on the field. Definitely be taking at least a set of tyres tonight, potentially 2. We did see 2 in the race last night just with the heat. And it's been a nice clean start from everyone as they get through the bus stop. Close racing all the way down through the field at this early stage, as you would expect. Dyson off to the strongest of possible starts. So with the Natari boys doing a good job just keeping up with this lead 3 at the moment. Qualifying was fairly close. So we had 13s across the top 5 positions, so all within a second of one another. But we expected this from DPR, a strong showing here. Andrew Dyson actually taking out his first V8 Supercar win this week as well on behalf of the team in the top tier of V8 Supercar racing in Australian esports as well. So congratulations to him. Obviously these cars are a little bit different. The downforce definitely not the same, nor the brakes. So basically the main similarity is a ton of power. So they have to manage the tyre wear as well. So be nice and gentle on the car throughout the lap to make sure that they nurse the tyres through this period. We expect to see them pitting in around lap 15 or so, maybe a little later on, but be that as it may, it's going to be about tyre management. As jump back through the pack now and have a little bit of a look. Things are pretty balanced up at the front here. Jason Martin's got Hamish Gallagher right behind him. Hamish taking out the Xfinity Series last night, as we mentioned before, so getting a championship there for Mitch Motorsport. They were very, very strong throughout the season. It was between their two drivers last night to see who was going to take the win there. A strong showing in a truck series as well, I think, with Mickelmore finishing second. Josh isn't here tonight, but so they're having a pretty good season here in ANZCAR. There's in the background there, got Luke Trehare just with Jackson Callow down the inside of him. He's got Barry Neal chasing him down as well. Norm Clark not too far off the back of him. So this pack just forming. There's a little bit of a gap brewing now. Up to Josh Mickelmore. My apologies, Josh. I thought you weren't running tonight, and just not used to looking that far down the list to see your name. So Mickelmore is running there in that awesome-looking 31 entry. He's just gone underneath Steve Williams there. As Williams potentially just managing a little bit, made it look a little easy, just giving plenty of room there for Josh to get through with the extra pace that Josh has there. He did a 14.8 last time around. Steve Williams 15.5. So. Clearly a strong differential in pace there between the two, and Steve just managing his race. He's good at that. It's what we've come to expect, to be honest, from him. He just quietly reeks his way up into the top 10 generally, and puts on a good show for us in the process. So, mentioned it earlier on. Let's duck back here and we'll have a look at the livery of Aidan Schultz. So Aidan just recently parting ways with the Crank Esports team, and he and his teammate Ruben Phelps at Crank have broken out on their own and opened up ANZAC Esports, and these liveries, they were telling us, have had maybe about 20 hours each put into them, and it's a little hard to appreciate why 20 hours have gone into it when you look at them on the stream here, but if you do have a look there, just down the side you can see that's the 52 entry of Aidan Schultz as he looks to get under Norm Clark there in the Two Fat Blokes entry. But there's a lot of detail that's gone into that car. You can see on the bonnet and down the quarters that it has got kangaroo, and I think it's an emu as well, so it's got our national wildlife adorning the sides of that one, and of course the Australian flag down the rear quarters as well. So a very, very striking and unique looking livery there for Schultzy. And then of course his Kiwi teammate Ruben Phelps just up a little bit further. He has got the silver fern down the side of that one with the New Zealand version of the Southern Cross there, and that looks absolutely fantastic. So if you are watching, jump across, give their page a like as well, get their numbers up on the ANZAC Esports team, and yeah, fantastic livery. Ruben's done all that himself. He credited Aiden helping him through it all by being there with him. Sometimes that sort of supports what you need, but he's done a cracking job in putting them together, and you can certainly believe that 20 hours worth of work's gone into that one. So a cracking job done by those guys to spruce up that new team, and it looks absolutely fantastic. So obviously with a strong result in the Truck and Xfinity Series as well, so that team will get stronger and stronger. So top 3 in the Trucks a couple of weeks ago for Schulte as well. So we wish them luck with their new team and look forward to following their progress as they get about it. Out at the front at the moment, Andrew Dyson has Philip Worley for company, and Neil Pearson's just dropped off a little bit. He's currently about a second and a half behind Dyso and Worley at the front. So it's going to be a question of team strategy, I think, here for them in terms of how the tyre wear goes and when they anticipate coming in for a stop. Don't take me the wrong way. I can guarantee that Phil will be trying to get past Dyso as hard as he can, but I'll be able to manage it a little bit in terms of the pit stops, just to make sure that they control this race from start to finish if they can. So a little bit unusual there as well to have a Chevy and a Toyota. Of course, they are ostensibly the same car, but two manufacturers within the one camp. Steve Williams, of course, running the Chevrolet as well. So Philip Worley, a little bit on his own in that respect, but it makes a very, very little difference indeed to the racing. You can see Ed Foster just up in the background there as well. He's in 4th. He confesses to not being a track specialist or anything special on track, if he were to put it his way, but currently running in 4th, doing a good job as well. As 2 seconds off the back of Neil Pearson. He's opened up a 2.5 second gap over Joshua Carroll Walden, JCW, his teammate. And boys, here, a lot of these guys, it's there is a drop round in the point score, but a lot of these guys now very, very focused on getting into the chase, which we're just a few weeks away from as we run into the tail end of the 2021 season. So we're all aware of that, and we'll be wanting to manage their results a little bit to just ensure that they get that automatic entry into the series. So Foster is one of those. He's just on the edge, so he is very aware of that, and we'll want to make sure that he can do everything he can here on a round that's probably, in his own words, not his strongest. Loves the track, but just that's where he's at. So a very, very well credentialed sim racer in oval track racing as well. So he'll be happy with this at the moment. He's in the clear. He's got some clear around him and can just manage his race. These two boys as well from Mitch Motorsport. Just trying to chase down Hamish Gallagher. This gap's just been closing. See Gallagher just on the back of Martin, sorry, and they're chasing down Joshua Carroll Walden. Try and make a move if they can. Up one position. Matty Ray, he's fresh off a win last week out. He's hassling Scott Griffith in the number 5 entry. Just keeping it clean at the moment, and he's got Ruben Phelps right behind him. Barry Neal's had an off. He's headed down the grid a little bit. Let's jump back and have a quick look at that. Looks like he's just over-rotated it going into the bus stop. No damage, no harm done. He'll give that one a flick spin and get it back on track. There's Matty Ray, just not quite able to get the move done on Scott Griffiths in the 5 entry. But Barry Neal there needs to, he'll have to get himself a fresh set of rear tyres. A little overheated there. But see Michael Skurlock having a few issues jumping in and out of pit lane, so he might be having some connectivity problems. He was certainly there during practice. Looks like he might have just got it back out on track now. You see how much the cars are bumping as well, bouncing. It's difficult to control there. On the exit. Oh, and Matty Ray just gets a little loose there. He won't have enjoyed that too much. We'll have overheated those rear tyres a little bit. So he's just going to have to jog on the spot again for another lap midfield behind. Scott Griffiths has got to get nice and close to get a move done here. It can be difficult to get a pass done here in these cars because of the brakes not being the best. So you've got to really be on it to try and get a move done down into the bus stop or at the end of turn 1 here to try and get underneath someone. Of course, there is that extra width on the exit of turn 1. But at this point in the race, it's only 10 laps in. It's just as much about management as anything else. We saw last night in the Xfinity race, Christopher Finlay able to run the race distance without a stop, without new tyres. New tyres, the more remarkable thing of that one. And he was able to run that out and control his race and finish second. So a cracking result for him. With the execution of an excellent strategy. So that'll be in some of these drivers' minds after last night if they were able to see the race, as Worley now is closed right up on the back of Dyson. 2/10 here. Worley maybe just with a slightly better tyre life, having not had to run at the start. So on board now with Worley down into turn 1. See how gentle they have to be with the car. There's no throwing it in, no jumping back on the throttle. It's all very progressive, all very linear in the way they go about it to make sure that they don't end up overextending these cars and wrecking their race. So Dynso's just a little bit quicker up through the chicane there, or the S's, I should say. How aggressive is Worley going to be under brakes here? Not too hard in there. Oh, he's going to get a good exit here. He's going to close right up onto the back of Daiso. He's a little bit loose. Just that cost him on the entry there. On the exit, he's back on the gas. And he's up into... right out on the concrete here. Oh, way too far out, unfortunately, there for Worley. So he was right up on the back, but he's just overheated those tyres a bit. You see him just pulling out here on the exit of the final corner. And that's cost him some time. So Daiso now with a clear 1 second lead. It has exposed Worley to Neil Pearson behind him, his teammate. So they're going to be battling again to see who can get up into second position. Keep an eye on that one. I'm going to jump back a little bit further to Jackson Callow here, who has been under pressure for a few laps now from Luke Trahair. Trahair's just closed that gap as well. He was near on a second a few laps before, and we're down now as Callow makes a mistake there on the exit of turn 1, and that has let Luke Trahair scoot right past. It's going to expose Callow as well to Norman Clark behind him, as he didn't get quite the exit that he needed. You can see there Trahair getting up into the bus stop. How close can Norman Clark get up onto the back of him? He's right up on the back of him in the Two Fat Blokes entry. Just keep an eye on this battle here. Dave Douglas, Double D, looking a bit pacey as well. He's on the back of Norman Clark. So there's plenty on here. 12 laps through 45. Douglas looking for a way by. You can see Skurlock there as well. He's on the charge. So he's a few laps down, unfortunately. No cautions tonight to let him through, but you can see it's disappointing. It's just gone off the track there in the background, because he had good pace. He was up the top of the leaderboard in practice, so something's gone wrong there for him. Was he would have been challenging, you reckon, towards the top of this field, and he's ducked into pit lane again. So just a few technical issues there for Skirley tonight. That's disappointing. None more so than for him. A bit of a battle going on back here as well. We're back in 21st position with Barry Neal. He's got Matt Hunter closing him down. So that gap has reduced between the 22 and the 48. To jump back up towards the front, Joshua Carroll-Walden now. Jason Martin got that gap down to around about half a second. With teammate Hamish Gallagher right behind him. No real changes towards the front. This is the closest battle on track with Ruben Phelps, Scott Griffiths also close between, and in fact Callow and Norm Clark now, this is closed right up. So it had it into the braking zone, and you can see Dave Douglas there still on the back of Norm Clark, so keep an eye on this one. In fact, this battle between Clark and Douglas I think is probably helping Callow a little bit as he manages just to widen that gap. Set off in pursuit of Luke Trahere, who got by him a few laps ago. Oscallo's been back full time. Actually, he's running the truck series earlier in the week. He was there last night as well, running in the Xfinity series, and here he is again tonight. So, getting some time to get back into the rig. This series a run. So we jump back here. Dave Douglas is all over the back of Norm Clark, trying to get the move done here. He's going to try and get it done down into the bus stop. Dave Douglas, can he pull it up? Yes, he can. Well done. Great move there from Douglas to use the curb appropriately just to slow that one up. Gets a little slide on the exit, but closes that one down and gets the 199 up one spot into P15. So between himself and Aidan Schultz, they are currently the two biggest movers of the night. Douglas up 8 spots, and we've got Aidan up 9 spots, having started from the rear of the field. It's just here off the back of Norm Clark, so that's who Aidan's setting his sights on. Now you imagine Dave Douglas will set out, try and get onto Jackson Callow, my apologies. At the front, Andrew Dyson's cleared out. He's got a second or so to the good at the moment in P1. Philip Worley just making that small error that cost him that time. Otherwise he'd be a lot closer onto the back of Andrew Dyson. He was challenging him at the front of the field, with Neil Pearson currently in third. Foster's around about 6 seconds back from this pack. And then he's got a strong gap back to his teammate Joshua Carroll-Walden. Did just run wide there though on the penultimate corner. He's brought it back around on the straight. Didn't look like it cost him too much. Just ran slightly wide. The guys will be trying to get to halfway at least here for their first stop, so we're looking at around about lap 22. To say that Norm Clark does enter pit lane, just to show me up. But that'll give them the obviously a good feel for how the car will survive through to the end of the race. We'll get on to those older tyres, 24 laps in. We didn't actually have a look at what the temperature is here tonight. 44 degrees current day over there, but certainly not current time, so 28 degrees Celsius, but 44 on track, so the tyres will start to struggle towards the end of the stint with the extra heat. That's why, as you can see, when they do run that little bit wide or get on the power a little bit too early, take a little while for the heat in the tyre to normalise. and to get what grip they had back. So we jump up here to the battle for 12th. Luke Trahare's closed right up on the back of Steve Williams. So this is the battle for 12th position. And at the moment, Trahare looking to put a move on down into turn 1. It's pretty handy here, Trahare. He's getting down underneath there. He's just forced Williams wide. Nothing bad about it at all. Just worried Williams into it a little bit, and Williams just using that extra width on the track that opened it up for Trahare, who got the tighter turn in on the 43. And he is off and running, Luke Trahare now, so he's got to make up around 3 seconds to get up onto the back of Josh Mickelmore in 11th. And you've got to say, at this stage on this pace, Trahare's looking at probably busting into the top 10 at some stage tonight. So good driving from Luke. Another one who doesn't necessarily do a lot of left and right turn driving, circuit driving. Did a cracking job for 981 Motorsport at Spa before being taken out of the race, unfortunately, during Edward Foster's stint, where he equally did a cracking job. But both those guys doing a ripping effort at the Spa 24-hour, taking out with around about 12 hours to go. So another crack at that another time. But he's showing his wares here. And in fact, Steve Williams just struggling a bit because Jackson Callow just closed right up on the back of him there. And Dave Douglas is up onto the back of Jackson Callow. So as he gets down the inside here, Big Double D makes the move again. So he's on his way, en route to a top 10 as well. You'd have to think at the moment based on his current pace. So cracking job there from Double D. He's going to make up some distance here as well on Steve Williams. You feel Williams a 1:18.8 last time around, and Douglas with catching on to Jackson Callow, he did a 1:16.2, so he's got plenty of pace in the 199. Getting the job done well here. So it looks like potentially Hamish Gallagher, not potentially, has made a move through on Jason Martin, but there's a big gap there, so I'd say Martin's potentially run wide. Didn't quite catch where that was. But Hamish Gallagher now set off onto the back of Joshua Carroll Walden. Keep a look at the back to see how Dave Douglas goes, catching up to Stephen Williams, and Trahare onto the back of Scotty Griffiths as well. Aidan Schultz has moved up another position. He's into 16th ahead of Riley Curtis, so he continues his press on to make up those spots from qualifying. And at the front it is very much status quo. It is a DPR club sandwich. Dyson, Worley and Pearson in the front three positions. It'll be interesting to see how that changes after the pit stop, seeing if there is any strategy there between them to try and jump their teammate. Potentially a shorter fill, or not going with tyres, albeit I think not going with tyres would be diabolical. So we'll just see how that plays out. And then get back to racing. Pit entry here can do a lot. Josh Mickelmore, speaking of pit entry, is the first of our lead pack to jump into pit lane with 25 to go. So just shy of halfway, but he might be trying to do the undercut here. Seeing if he can just make that work for him. Trahare now closing in on the back of Scott Griffiths. There's half a second between them. Hamish Gallagher, Joshua Carroll Walden still battling away as well for 5th position. So they want to get to halfway if they can. A couple of laps to go until that happens. And then the longer they can hold out, the better. So Foster here, not really losing time to the front runners either. Nor JCW. Albeit he is being harassed. Oh, he's run wide there. Oh, my apologies. No, he has not. He's pulled into pit lane. Joshua Carroll-Walden and Jason Martin both doing that. So Hamish Gallagher's been set free. And he will now try and get the undercut done himself with a gap between himself and JCW. Only tenths of a second before the pit stop. So how will that play? Dave Douglas jumped into pit lane. Luke Hare, Scotty Griffiths in a pit lane as well. Actually, that'll play out because, of course, Scotty and Luke were battling away for position prior to doing this. So I'd say that this was Luke responding to the fact that Scotty Griffiths has ducked into pit lane. So let's see how this one goes. Who's going to get out first? Will there be any tactics in that? And off they go. So gap looks like it's maintained there between Hare and Griffith. In terms of the actual pit stops itself, in fact, no, Scott Griffiths has just gone slightly shorter on the stop itself than Hare. Their total pit lane time, however, was the same. So the guys spend a little bit more time stationary as race leader jumps into pit lane now. Andrew Dyson, Edward Foster in as well. Just see what the strategy is here. He's taken all four tyres, of course, as you would expect. So Philip Worley's going to lead a lap here. It's going to need to be a cracker if he's going to get the undercut done. He might stay out a little bit longer. But, you know, Dyso is going to be really strong on that fresh rubber once it heats up. So Dyson coming out in fourth. Neil Pearson's still yet to pit, along with Ruben Phelps and Aidan Schultz. Balance of the field has ducked into pit lane. In fact, Phil Otto, the other one, as well, down in 20th, still to pit. As Worley comes in this lap, so he's not bothered mucking around with it. He's going to jump in and get his service done. Neil Pearson, however, goes and says, no worries, guys. We'll just make sure this is a DPR start to finish. I'll do a lap for the team in the lead. Grab the extra point. As some lap traffic comes out in front now. It's Danny G and I think Riley Curtis. Should be the 93 there on the way through. So Riley Curtis, those guys just doing their pit stops as well. Dyson already up into second. He's got past Ruben Phelps. You can pretty much imagine that we'll see Pearson pull into pit lane this time around. That's exactly what he does. So he's going to go in and get that service done. And we'll reinstate Andrew Dyson to the lead. The gap between Dyson and Worley blew out to nearly 4 seconds through that pit window. So, and Edward Foster about 13 seconds further down the road. So those gaps have opened up a little bit through the pit stop. So we'll just see where we can get some value. In fact, Norm Clark has jumped Dave Douglas in the pits, including Stephen Williams as well. And what a lap from Andrew Dyson, a 1:12.81 if you don't mind. Fastest lap of the race by 0.3. So a stonking lap on those fresh tyres. Aidan Schultz jumps into pit lane, so just Ruben Phelps and Phil Otto to go out there tonight in terms of getting their stop done. Otto's run quite deep. This will probably play into his advantage a little bit because he'll be on much stronger tyres towards the end. Jackson Callow giving Danny G a little bit of a hurry along here. You can see he's all over the back of the 24 Mitch Motorsport entry. As Ruben Phelps comes into pit lane now. So that is everyone, with the exception of Phil Otto, who's on screen, who has been through pit lane. Looks like Riley Curtis has got some pace too. He's going to get down the inside here of Jackson Callow. Gets that move done, so he's now back up into 17th position as they head across the start-finish line again. Looks here like Luke Trahare's closed back up on the back of Scott Griffiths after that pit segment. Williams also getting a little bit of a carry along from Norm Clark. So just look down through the list here. So it looks like these two are catching up to Josh Mickelmore as well. Mickelmore pitted a couple of laps earlier, in fact 5 laps earlier than Ruben Phelps, but 2 laps earlier than Griffiths and Trahare. So they're on slightly older rubber, only ever so slightly. Between Neil Pearce and Edward Foster at the front has closed through that pit window. Still over 13 seconds though. Sorry, still over 3 seconds, my apologies. So that'll manage itself out. The other one that's getting closer is Phelps and Dave Douglas. And of course, as we touched on as well, just in front of them, you can see there Trahare using the draft up to the bus stop. Not quite close enough yet, but next time around you might think he will put a move on. But they have both certainly closed the gap to Josh Mickelmore now. That is under half a second. So this is going to be a 3-way battle between Mickelmore, Griffiths and Trahare for P9. Griffiths just defending there. Trahare having a look, just sticking the nose of the Camry out. To no avail just yet. It's going to have to be patient. Might get it done down into turn 1. Seems to be quite good on the run up the hill, Trahare as well, into the braking zone at the bus stop. So he'll have a couple of opportunities here. He's got to be patient. Sticks the nose out. He's going to have a look down the inside here. A big look. It's a good opportunity to, because Callow can run wide if he needs to keep the pace going. He does just that. Uses all of the width of the track there, and they're going to go 2 by 2. Up through the S's. No, it is Trahare who gets out in front. So good pass there from Trahare, who moves up into the top 10 for the first time tonight. And he's going to have Josh Mickelmore firmly in his sights. Mickelmore just now a second up the road. So he benefited from the battle there because that was down to about 4/10. Benefit of the battle is that you're able to concentrate and get away while the driver, the meat and the sandwich, is looking at his rearview mirror and trying to focus on the car in front of him. So I'm not sure this is over yet. Callow's looking like he wants to potentially, Griffith's looking like he potentially wants to get that position back from Trahare very quickly. Just jump quickly up to the front here where Hamish Gallagher is again battling away with Joshua Carroll Walden. It's for the battle for 5th. JCW there just defending a little bit up into the bus stop, but he's got Gallagher here trying to challenge him down the inside. Not quite far enough up there to get the move done. Gallagher here trying to get the move done. JCW just defending, and defending well. So the battle will rage on for another lap. Having a quick squiz through the field to see what else we can pick up on. Trahair's broken away from Scott Griffiths. He's approaching Josh Mickelmore, not quite close enough yet. So I'll switch back to that battle soon enough. Tell you where it is close as well is Schultz and Callow. So you can see there, Callow's just on the chase, just trying to get back up onto the back of Aidan Schultz. It's for position 17. Whereas at the front, it is Dyson by 2.6 seconds over Philip Morley. That gap has closed ever so slightly. Dyson now probably able to manage the race from here. There's 14.5 to go. Doesn't have to set the world on fire here to get the W. Going to start approaching slow cars. Got Barry Neal in front of him. So about 3.5 seconds up the road. So there's no need to necessarily push hard. He's just got to match Worley's lap times. And he'll be able to save a little bit of tyre on the 041 just in case he needs to defend towards the end of the race. And then he's got a big gap back to Neil Pearson behind him, 12 seconds. So he's got plenty of space, plenty of breathing room. Just wanting to convert this one, which will do well for him to get into the chase. Almost certainly be the goal. Let's jump back now to Trahair and Scott Griffiths. Scott Griffiths trying to close this one back down, get the move done and head himself back up into 10th position. Equally Trahair in pursuit of Josh Mickelmore. Callow's starting to come under pressure here from Ruben Phelps, so he's going to have to deal with that soon enough. Everywhere else it's close as Norm Clark and Riley Curtis. As Curtis here Tries to get the move done down the inside into turn 1 on Norm Clark. Clark's going to let that one run wide. Does just that. Through goes Riley Curtis to move up into 15th position. And this battle continues to rage as well as Joshua Carroll-Walden and Hamish Gallagher. Jason Martin in the background there, you can see, just trying to catch up onto the back of this pack, but Carroll-Walden doing a great job to absorb the pressure here from Hamish Gallagher. That gap at the front just continues to close. It's now down to 1.6 seconds. A little bit of traffic there to deal with. That was down at Barry Neal for Andrew Dyson. As Phelps makes the move past Scott Griffiths as well, so he's moved up into 11th. He'll be in pursuit of Luke Trahere, who equally is trying to chase down Josh Mickelmore, so we'll jump back to that in a minute. But here you can see Phil Worley, the gap visibly closing. Last time around, a 14.15 for Worley, 14.55 for Dyson. I suspect the traffic had a little bit to do with that. Douglas just ran wide, so he's still in 13th, but he's dropped off the back of Scott Griffiths, so there's now a lovely even second between Mickelmore, Trahere and Phelps. Callow ran wide there, so that Callow has had an incident. So let's jump back and have a quick look at that. Got on the gas too early then, too hard too early, and really took that one out, and then unfortunately just continued on down the track and just struggled to finish that one off there. Yeah, there's a lot of damage to the back of the 46 entry. Let's see if he's able to keep it going. He's going to jump into pit lane, you would assume, and yeah, he does. So just see the damage there on the back of that race wire entry. So back live, and Hamish Gallagher has got the move done on Joshua Carroll-Walden. You can see there, and he's setting off now. There's a big gap between himself and Edward Foster, just under 11 seconds with 10 to go. Can't see that gap being breached unless there is a mistake or something of that nature. So it's pretty smooth sailing at the top of the list. So the question is, what can Joshua Carroll-Walden do? Can he get himself back up past Hamish Gallagher? Nice strong battle between the two of them. As the gap back here continues to close, Josh Mickelmore, Luke Trahere and Ruben Phelps all starting to get close enough to battle for position. Jump back on board here with Josh Mickelmore. He gets prepared, I think, to defend from Luke Trahare. Trahare last time around, quicker. Back in a dead heat time with Ruben Phelps, so that gap didn't change at all. They did both move closer to the back of the 31. Trahare here, just letting Mickelmore know that he's there. Can't do much about it through turn 1. Wasn't close enough up the inside to do anything. But if he's not past him, he might be next time around. There's 7 laps to go here. In fact, our race leader on his way to lapping a fair portion of this field, in fact. But, these guys still have 7 to go. This gap is also closed, so there's now a second between Dyson and Worley. So 7 to go. What can Worley do? Can he get up onto the back of Andrew Dyson and challenge him? Dyson's dominated this race, dominated qualifying, and has basically led from start to finish here. It's Danny G looks to just get out of the way. I'll just run wide here if he's got the pace for Dyson to get through. As they're both on lap traffic there, so Aidan Schultz is sticking to the inside. Oh, it's Schultz. I don't know if you saw him or not, but just got in the way a little bit there. No damage done, but it has helped Worley. Schultz perhaps just not quite seeing him. Just trying to stay out of the way. So Danny G will want to get out of the way here as well. Of course, there are no blue flags in NASCAR, so he doesn't have to do anything. And this is where Worley's going to catch up. It's just half a second between the two of them now. And it's difficult enough to pass here without passing lap traffic, particularly when the speed differential's not that great. So less than half a second between Dyson and Danny G last time around. Surely Daniel G will just stick to the inside here and roll out of the throttle a little bit, and he does just that. He's going to let our race leader Andrew Dyson, Philip Worley, battle it away now. Across these last 5 laps, who's going to take this out? Guarantee one thing for sure, and that is that it is a DPR entry, simrigs.com sponsored entry that is going to win this race. The question is, which one is it? Is it Andrew Dyson or Philip Worley? Getting close between Mickelmore and Trahare as well. Keep an eye on that one. There's only 0.2 between them. Under half a second here at the front. Head back through turn 1, there'll be 4 to go. Worley needs a good exit here. So try and get as close to the back of Andrew Dyson as he can going down into turn 1. Maybe try and get Dyson to push a little bit wide. Get underneath him. Get a good run out here, up through towards the bus stop. That's the next opportunity for Worley. What can he do? Is he going to be close enough? No, not quite yet. He's going to use the draft to his advantage. He will close up that gap. but he won't be far enough up to get down the inside of the bus stop. One thing catching Andrew Dyson, the other thing is getting past him. Will be the widest the 041 entry has ever been. Wally was a tenth quicker last time around, so he closed the gap ever so slightly. It's just back on half a second this lap. It's been a bit of a quicker lap here from Dyson. Jason Martin's closed the gap on Joshua Carroll-Walden as well. And Luke Trahare and Josh Mickelmore continues to be close. Let's quickly jump back and have a look at that battle. Just for P9. You can see there Trahare all over the back of Mickelmore. What can he do coming up into the bus stop? Is he going to be far enough up to have a go? Doesn't look quite like it. He might have to manage the move. Try and get it done into turn one. It's been a favourite spot for him tonight. We've seen him pass two other cars just on that turn one exit. That might be where he's thinking he's got the rubber over Josh Mickelmore to get the job done. Of course, pitting a little later means he's going to have that better rubber underneath him now. That gap at the front, still half a second. And the gap between Martin and Joshua Carroll-Walden has blown out to a second there, so we'll stick on this battle while things maintain themselves at the front of the field. So we've got 3 to go this time around. Close enough for Trahare to get the job done on the turn one. No, he closes right up on the back though. If he can stick with him up through here, he'll get the toe through up the back straight, the front straight, towards the bus stop even when I get it right. We'll get the toe here. And just not, probably just still not quite close enough. There's 2 laps left as Wally Dyso crossed the start finish line. Still just couldn't get it done, Trahare. Mickelmore's driving well under pressure. There is some lap traffic coming up though. How will that impact on things? I'm going to jump up the front quickly as there's 2 tenths between the guys now. 2 to go. There'll be white flag territory. Dyson just defending here on the tail end of the lap. Run wide or grab the concrete there. Important for him to get a good entry and exit here. He does just that. The drag race down as we start the final lap here for the Cup Series, ANZCAR Cup Series at Watkins Glen. Dyson gets it turned in. The 041 still looking pretty good at the moment. What can Philip Worley do? What can Luke Trahare do? He's now 2 tenths on Mickelmore. So this one's blown out to half a second to head up towards the bus stop. And Luke Trahare's got to move down here. Is he going to get it done? No, not quite able to get it done through the sweeper. He's going to have one more opportunity, you'd feel, to get it done. He ducks down here. He's going to try and do the move out of brakes. Not quite far enough up. But worried Mickelmore into running wide. It has. Mickelmore's had to pull out of it. Trahare's got the run on him here down into the final corner. Good respect shown. It's going to be a drag race here down into turn one. Who's got the better traction, the better life on those tyres? As Trahare tries to get the move done to get back up into 9th position. It's going to be down into turn one. Mickelmore's going to have to heel, and he does. As Andrew Dyson does some drifting there across the start finish line to close that one out and take the win from Philip Worley. And it's going to be Neil Pearson coming across the line in 3rd. Looks like Luke Trahare's got the job done on Josh Mickelmore. There is still half a lap to go in this battle. Joshua Carroll-Walden's got Jason Martin all over him. We'll jump here and have a quick look. Martin's going to try and get the move down into turn 1 if he can. Down into the final corner, I should say, if he can. Just gets a little loose there. Carroll Walden gets a better drive out of that corner. And he heads across the start-finish line to take 6th position. Hamish Gallagher finished in 5th. Jason Martin in 7th. And then it is going to be Matty Ray. Runs another clean race. Gets himself home in P8. Followed by Luke Trahere. Just got one corner to go. Get the job done there. Ruben Phelps goes right up on the back of Josh Mickelmore as well. But Mickelmore brings the 31 entry across the line in P10. That's 5 spots up as well. A good drive from him. Got Ruben Phelps. Got Scotty Griffiths coming across the line in 12th. With Double D coming across the line in 13th with Steve Williams in a drag race with him. Gets that one by a 10th. Just under 2 tenths. Up 10 spots is our biggest mover. And then Steve Williams in 14th. So Daiso here putting on a show down the straight. And it is a DPR Club sandwich with the 41, 233 and the 9 of Pearson. So a race well run there from those 3. Top of the list. Daiso's going back up pit lane, I think. It's an interesting one. So let's have a look at the overall results there just on the side of your screen. It is Dyson, Worley and Pearson taking out the top 3 spots, followed by Edward Foster. Nothing he could do all night, just ran in 4th position where he qualified, but a solid result. Hamish Gallagher getting up into 5th after battling for most of the night with Joshua Carroll Walden. Jason Martin in 7th position. We've got Matty Ray in 8th with Luke Trahere up into 9th and Josh Mickelmore in 10th. A good battle between those two as well. Ruben Phelps in 11th. We've got Scotty Griffiths in 12th with Dave Douglas, Steve Williams, Riley Curtis through to 15. And then it's Danny G, Aidan Schultz, Norm Clark, Barry Neal, and we've got Paul Jackson rounding out the top 20 tonight. So a good race, well run, and you can't fault the DPR guys on these circuits. They make it look easy, and certainly tonight, no exception to that rule whatsoever. We're just waiting on Andrew Dyson to jump in, and he's just jumped in there now, so we'll just grab these boys down into the box. So here with our podium, what we've dubbed now the DPR Club Sandwich. Gentlemen, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
A fantastic race, well run. We expected a strong performance from you all tonight, and you didn't let us down, Neil. A good strong run from you into 3rd place tonight.
Yeah, cheers. One of my favourite road courses here, so pretty happy to come away with 3rd. Just unfortunate I didn't have the pace of the top 2.
How we saw last night, tyre management was a good part of the strategy in the Xfinity Series. How did you find that here tonight? Obviously, I know you didn't run last night, but how were the tyres by the end of the run?
I'm pretty sure I was running on a rim by the end of the run. It's just these things are just so heavy they fry the tyres off. So it's good fun. I mean, it really tries to get your car control together. So it's good fun.
And obviously important at this later stage in the season with the chase coming up just to secure a strong result?
Yeah, that's the plan. Just get as much top 5s as I can with the rest of the season. Just so I, just make sure I'm in that chase and get as many bonus points as well.
And Phil, obviously chasing down Daiso there, mate, you got really close at the end, just not quite able to get the job done.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got a bit lucky with the lap traffic there. That really helped. I probably wouldn't got closer than a second, to be honest, if it stayed clear. But, them's are the breaks, unfortunately.
And again, as I said just before, another really strong performance from you guys. Where or how do you feel this fits in terms of running for the rest of the season? How are you travelling for your run up into the chase?
Look, Chase is probably out of reach for me, since I missed so many rounds early on. Basically, my job will be to help Neil and Daiso if they need a draft or whatever in the ovals later on in the year, and then just take whatever result I end up with.
Just working in the team strategy there, of course. And Daiso, mate, nothing less than what we expected from you tonight.
I don't know about that, man. These guys are plenty fast. They've been busting me up all week about how, they reckon they're slow and this, that, and the other thing. But then you see PJ in the race; he's all over me the whole way. So it's that was a good race.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. We say it as well that we come to these circuits and expect the DPR sandwich to deliver, and once again we saw that, mate. It's a testament to how strong and how much work you guys have been putting into to getting the improvements in these cars.
Yeah, well, of course, the road course stuff helps. Like, a bit of experience with that, but it's never a given. Like, what's going to happen on every night? You never know who can show up, and there's plenty of road course guys that like to rock up every now and then, and they're super fast. So you never know what can happen. It's never a done deal before the night happens. But if anything, we at least try and make sure we're going to all have a fair dinkum race with one another, and have a bit of fun with it that way. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, there's certainly no question of that at all. We're looking forward to it. We're covering Phil just chasing you down there as well, looking forward to those closing laps. So no question at all that when you guys get in, you get in hard and give it a good crack. Yeah,
100%. And it was a good race again. Last time we were at a road course, PJ and I also had a really great race. So good.
Yeah, I think that was Road America by memory, and you guys were certainly giving it a hard time. So obviously at the tail end of that, guys, the liveries on all the cars spell out all the same sponsors. So if you just want to give a general shout out to anyone you want to say hello to, and to those who help you guys do what you do best.
We'll let the big dog Whirly take over from here, Matt, I reckon.
Yeah, I'd like to thank you boys for the broadcast, and obviously ANZCAR for putting on a good series, and simrigs.com. South for Lifts and Hoists, Ben Max Mechanical, Bet Smart Racing Service, and NP Designs for the paints, and a couple of new sponsors that we've got who aren't on the cars at the moment, Alcoholder and Phoenix Smokers.
Absolutely. Big shout out to Phoenix Smokers as well. They've got some sales on at the moment, so if you're into smoking meat, which I know plenty of people are, including myself, jump out and have a look at what they've got on their website on offer. A big supporter, along with sidrigs.com, of a number of series and drivers as well. So good on them for jumping onto your cars as well. Got you on screen, Daiso, just doing some dancing down the main straight, mate, there as well. Very impressive at the end of the race. So again, congratulations. 1, 2, 3 there for DPR, dubbed the DPR Club Sandwich now we're calling it. So Daiso, Worley and Pearson taking out the top 3. Well done, guys. And we'll see you out and about next week, of course, as we return to some of the left-hand down stuff for next round.
All right, man. Thanks, Stu.
Thanks very much.
Cheers, guys. So that is it for us for a Thursday night. We're back on Monday night. The Truck Series is on holidays, but we have got a special event coming up. So do jump onto the social pages, have a look at that, and make sure that you tune in Tuesday night back with Ozpass. We've got a day off on Wednesday night, followed by back with the Cup on Thursday. So look forward to seeing you all then. Thanks very much for tuning in to the channel throughout the week, and we look forward to catching you again on Monday. This is FGMeCast, your E-Pace for place, or even your E-Pace for pace. It is late in the week. Forgive me, but thanks for tuning in, and we will see you then.